Firefighting in Canada this week is brought to you by VFIS of Canada, a division of CVIS Incorporated, Canada's largest insurer of firefighters. This week, a new report from the Ontario Chief Coroner's Table on understanding fire deaths in First Nations was released. Then, the Winnipeg Fire Paramedic Service will soon have a new chief. And the latest NFPA Impact column in Firefighting in Canada gives the scoop on this year's Fire Prevention Week theme. First Nations children aged 0 to 9 years have a fire mortality rate 86 times greater than non-First Nations children in Ontario, making them the group with the highest death rate studied in a new report. This week, the Ontario Chief Coroner's Table on Understanding Fire Deaths in First Nations released its data that examined underlying systemic issues of fire-related mortality for First Nations. The report, which reviewed deaths over a 10-year period, also found that 86% of fatal fires had either no or non-working smoke alarms in the home. You can find the full data evaluation on firefightingincanada.com. There'll be a new fire chief at the helm of the Winnipeg Fire Paramedic Service starting August 14th, according to a city memo obtained by CBC News. According to the memo, Christian Schmidt, who has been the WFPS's Deputy Chief of Operations and 911 Communications for nearly 10 years, will take on the role. John Lane, the department's current chief, announced his intention to retire in April after 4 decades of service. In the latest NFPA Impact column for Firefighting in Canada, PubEd rep Laura King shares that it was during the first lockdown in early 2020 that NFPA's education team started to hear from teachers who recognized the perpetual chirping of smoke alarms in students' homes during their virtual classroom sessions. Alarmingly, this chirping could be heard for days. She writes that this catalyst helped make an easy choice for this year's Fire Prevention Week theme: learn the sounds of fire safety. For the full story, head to firefightingincanada.com. Thanks again to VFIS of Canada, a division of CVIS Incorporated, Canada's largest insurer of firefighters. Stay tuned for our next episode on Friday, July 23rd.